Hello and welcome to my podcast. Today I'm going to talk about bootstrapping and I'll use my own case as an example. Now, bootstrapping is not for the faint of heart. I've worked so hard on this brand like it's a living, breathing human, and God knows we've come a long way from 2019. In these few years, I've learned some valuable lessons. One is get comfortable with not receiving a salary in the first 3 years of business, at least the first 3 years. Now, most people work for the comfort of getting monthly salaries. When you're getting paid every month, you know that at a particular date, 27, 28, 29, 30th, depends on your company, salary is going to come. So that comfort just keeps you grounded and you don't want to start your own business. I always say that not everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. Some people need to actually work for people. It's okay. Find what works for you. The bootstrapping entrepreneur, by the way, does not have this luxury and sometimes must pay out of pocket. You'll be paying from your own salary. Understand your business model early and define your vision. Define what success looks like and seek out mentors who are experts in the field. In my own case, because I've been doing media for 18 years, I learned from my own experience. I also learned from people who've been in the field that have stepped out on their own to start their own companies, mistakes they made, and picked up from the experiences they've had and their success stories. Identify the low-hanging fruits. For example, what service can you provide in your sleep and what service can you provide for free? Imagine you're not getting paid for doing something for 3 months. Are you going to be happy providing that service? It should be something you are an expert at, something you do very well. It's easier to offer these services in exchange for a valuable resource that could sustain your business. For example, when I started my company, Streamline Media, the first service or two services that I offered were social media management and search engine optimization because I was very good at those things. I still am. I offered the former, which is the social media management service, to an internet service provider at the time on a barter arrangement for a year of internet service. So they gave me free modem, free installation, free internet service. I think the value of what I was getting at the time was about 120,000 for 10 Mbps, which was pretty fast. And imagine if I had to pay from pocket. Like, I didn't have money to pay for that internet service, but God knows that internet service was really valuable, both for that service and the other services I was rendering on the side. Then hire a mid-level expert, somebody that can meet a need that would help you fulfill that service to the best of your ability. In my own case, I needed a graphic designer who could take my work a step further, that I could afford to pay from my salary at the time. So what I did was I did the research, the planning, developed the draft content for him to produce graphics. And then by the time it gets to the graphics development point, the guy does it and I hand over to the client. So I was doing the planning, posting, and the research and all that. Get comfortable with paying from your pocket until you can scale, until you start making money. Number 4, train. Train and coach new hires on the job. First, teach them how to do a task by doing it yourself and develop an SOP. An SOP is a standard operating procedure in the process. Now, if you produce or develop an SOP, new hires could pick up from that structure that you have designed so that you wouldn't have to train new hires subsequently. So imagine you have to hire newer hands to do the same job that you've coached the previous guys to do. You just hand over the SOP document so they know how to follow the process from point A to C. Motivate and grow a healthy dose of empathy. People management is a very difficult skill. So if you can motivate, you would help people to not only push beyond their comfortable limits, but they will push beyond those limits and they would have this confidence that they can do more. Develop interpersonal skills. Like I said, people management is very serious business and it's challenging. Listen, communicate. Some business owners feel like they know everything. You cannot know everything. In fact, successful businessmen and women understand the need to hire people who are better than them at particular skills. Sometimes you may not be able to afford people who are better than you, who know that skill better than you at the onset. But until you get to the point where you can hire experts, learn to listen to people you've hired. They can have an idea that you may not have thought about because you have only one brain, right? They say 2 heads are better than one. So that person that you hired as working for you that might seem not so smart could give you an idea that you never imagined. Like I tell my team all the time, no idea is stupid. So whatever stupid idea you think in your head, please bring it out. You never know. That could be a gem. In the next episode, I'll add more. In the meantime, if you're one of those people who are listening to this podcast and you've been thinking about starting your own business, or you've started yours and you're bootstrapping, aka you've started your own company with little capital and you're relying on money other than outside investments, you're starting to build this business by yourself, you're not getting any loans or any credit from anybody, I'm here for you. Feel free to ask questions, leave a comment. I'll appreciate that. I'm Valentine. Have a lovely day.